Welcome to KDKP Noire. I'm K Noire. We're back. This is K-pop news right now for you. So, thanks for joining us today. There's a lot going on, and it has been a lot going on. So, we're happy to be here with you. If you're new to this channel, thanks for joining us. We do a little bit of K-pop, K-drama, the merging of the two, and anything else we want to talk about. So we welcome you. If you're not so new, welcome back and thanks for tuning in again. So let's get started. This week is all about Coachella, Coachella, Coachella. And it continues to be about that because Coachella has just shut down, seems like the universe. Because why? They incorporated so many K-pop acts into this year's Coachella that it just took things over the top. We are talking about, appearances from Lisa, Benny, Big Bang, like these are huge names and we are excited that they're there. But there's no other bigger name than Taemin, right? Taemin from Shiny. This guy has come and turned Coachella upside down. I mean, totally upside down. And why? Because Taemin came through last weekend, delivered a great performance. People had a little bit of a preview of that on when he appeared on J HUD and went through the Spirit Tunnel and did his performance and everything in the English version, might I add. And it was phenomenal. People were excited. So they went out to Coachella, really supported him, and he delivered. But on week two, he came through again. I I don't even know how to even say this. He talked in a couple of interviews about being, excited to see other artists perform at Coachella, and such as Young Thug, Madonna, who was a surprise performance with Sabrina Carpenter, along with Pink Pantheress, who everybody loves. Just being really excited, but he was the one who shut it down. And people are still talking about Taemin's performance. He was a former member of the group Shiny and still kind of is a member or known to be associated with Shiny, but he is a star all on his own. This guy, oh my God, delivered a performance for the masses and just really shut it down. Shut it down. People were talking about his dancers, his moves, his music. They were talking about everything that Taemin did on stage at Coachella, hands down. I have never seen anything quite like it because Taemin is oftentimes refers to as the king of pop, of K-pop, and they always, connect him to Michael Jackson, but I never knew just how much, until I saw this last performance that he gave at Coachella. And it brought chills to me, tears to my eyes because this guy, his movements, his mannerisms, I mean, his music, everything reminded me of Michael Jackson. And I was like, this is insane. It was like we said, the king of K-pop with the king of pop. I still am moved by it. I'm still speechless from his performance. It was like none other. And you have to, if you didn't see it live, you have to go back and view it. I don't know what else to say about that. He is phenomenal, just unbelievable. He delivered a star-studded performance. Coachella will never be the same. The four big top K-pop companies, agencies in Korea are coming together to put on a Coachella-like venue performance concert for Korea. This is huge, people. I don't even know if you even understand the magnitude of this, because if this happened in the States with the K-pop acts here, Can you imagine what's going to happen in Korea with that? They're call it phenomenon, like FAN, phenomenon. And they're planning to have, performances of the utmost. And you can imagine if all four of these groups are coming together, these agencies, the K-pop acts that's going to be there. It's a mic drop moment. And they're planning to have the performances, the fan meetings, the merch pop-up shops. That's going to shut Korea down. Now, a lot of people are saying that this came about because JYP, he stepped down as the executive director of JYP and moved over to the cultural committee for Korea. And if this is just the beginning of that, he's doing a great job. And we look forward to seeing all of that. I let them announce the dates. I'm gonna have to book my ticket because I'm telling you, it's not something that you want to miss. I mean, and let's keep talking about chart toppers. BTS still topping the charts. Fans are going nuts for 2.0 and Hooligan. And I love the vibe on both of these songs. And I'm telling you, people are doing their own creations of choreo with it. You see Mingy and other artists doing this. You know, it's just phenomenal. I mean, we always see, artists come together and just kind of promote little dance aspects of it, especially since TikTok. It is amazing to see. And these guys, like I said, people always, they were kind of lowballing what the new, EP was going to do, but it's doing everything. It's everything they are doing. And it brings such life to the music. I mean, like, it takes you back to all elements of BTS. Old school meets new school meets now. And I'm telling you, it is amazing to see. So I can't wait to see what else they're putting out. And they got a world tour coming along with this. So, guys, lock in, because I'm telling you, this is just the beginning of something spectacular for this entire year. So can't wait to see what else is going on with that. So did you guys see Monster X? Monster X is on a US tour promoting their third English album. Can you believe that? And they were on Kelly Clarkson. That's why I got to take a look at them at. I know they were on like Good Day LA too. But these guys, it's just like they never left. I love these guys. And their music is so fire. In addition to that, we have Kim Young-ok, who is a veteran K-drama actress. I saw a glimpse of a picture of her coming out of a Monster X concert. Now, if you don't know who she is, she plays in so many K-dramas. I can't name them all. I mean, like, she's in my soap opera K-drama. She's in my regular K-drama. She's in so many. Kim Young-ok. And she's, like I said, a veteran K-drama actress, but she's a huge Monster X fan. So if you get a chance to see her, please check out her K-drama movies and everything that she's in. And just know she's got that link to Monster X as well. So in other K-pop contract news, we see again the separation of disbandment of bands and everything because the contract can't be satisfied, and we see that in full because we see BXB, they're disbanding because their contract has expired and they're not coming back. We also saw the Fantasy Boys, they're disbanding because their contract negotiations can't be, you know, achieved in a good manner. They have, alluded to non-trust of the agency that they are part of. So, but people always go back and say, well, New Jeans kind of stirred this up. And speaking of New Jeans, they were sighted in Copenhagen, Denmark this week. Yes, the girls were sighted in Copenhagen, Denmark. This has been the latest appearance since they were sighted in London, preparing for their comeback. People were excited to see them, and Adore confirmed, yes, they are doing this in preparation for their comeback. But the bigger news of all this is Minji was not with them. So Minji was with them in London, but she was not with him in Copenhagen. Now, people have speculated that this is because of the latest win with Min Hee-jin, where she, the court sided with her and she got this win. They're saying that Min Hee-jin is pulling Minji in to help her get out of the group since she won that part in the lawsuit. So I don't know. Adore has said they are still in talks with Minji, about the comeback. The win for Minji Hen happened between London and Copenhagen. So maybe it's true. I think we're going to see that we might get just only those three. I don't know, because for Minji to be there, she's in and now she's out, and people are speculating and trying to figure out where she is. That leaves a lot to be, determined. So we'll keep holding on. We'll keep trying to see what's happening with these girls. So stay tuned. So moving right along, in K-drama news, have you seen Perfect Crown? If you haven't, you gotta start looking at it. This drama stars IU, who is a K-pop idol, and also legendary actress. She stars in, Hotel Del Luna, When Life Gives You Tangerines, and also stars the one and only, is known as Byung Wook Seok. You know him from Lovely Runner. This drama and this role, and you're just like, oh my God. Some people consider her to be arrogant. She's very confident. She is very direct in her communication. And she goes after what she wants in this K-drama. And she goes after the Crown Prince. So you'll see the merging of the two, where he is literally just annoyed by her presence from episode 1. But you can see it kind of merging and evolving into something else. But his position as the Crown Prince lets people know that, hey, I am the elite. She's what considered to be a commoner. And bringing them together is unlikely, because if you know anything about K-dramas, you know anything about how it works, back in the Joseon period, an elite or king or crown prince could not marry anybody that was not of noble, royal or noble descent. Runs her own company. She's very successful, but she's considered a commoner by way of how she is brought in, be considered for marriage for him. So it's really starting out really good. And I think if you, kind of dive in right now, it's a good time to dive in. It's continuing on. You'll see more of it, but this one I like. So that's all for this version of K-pop news now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us this week. Until next time.